Now, if you go to Lazada or Shopee and you browse the phone section, surprisingly, you thought it might all be those latest smartphones that we have all been seeing all this while. But sometimes, you tend to discover those that are a little more retro, which is why I have this. Come on, show it over. Oh, there you go. This is the 100 ringgit retro phone that I've got. It is the HTC Touch Diamond. That's the name that we haven't heard in a while. What can you still do with HTC Touch Diamond in 2019? Let's find out. This is literally the coolest box that I've seen today, because most smartphone boxes are just plain, squarish and so on in a diamond shape as its name suggests. And interestingly, unlike many other smartphones today, it has a ton of specs on the back here. So this phone is by all means not powered by any octa-core or quad-core processor. Instead, it is powered by a really ancient Qualcomm MSM 7201A 528MHz chipset, which is something at that time is something really powerful. 256 megabytes of ROM storage, internal storage technically, and there's 192 megabytes of RAM. That's kind of a far cry from today's 12 gigs of RAM, like 10 times lower than that. Okay, then of course there's the dimensions weight. So it has a 2.8-inch TFT LCD display with a VGA resolution. That's still pretty impressive by today's standards, not pixelated at all, which is good. It doesn't support 4G, it supports HSDPA, and some of the wireless connections includes Bluetooth 2 with enhanced data rate, Wi-Fi G, and that's HTC's EXT USB port that also serves as the audio jack. Well, this phone is not quite outdated after all. I mean, today we're still seeing a lot of phones that no longer has the 3.5mm headphone jack, so I do say that this phone is kind of modern. Alright, moving on. So we do also have a 3.2 megapixel camera on the back, and the front camera is a VGA sensor, which is not too bad. 900 milliamp hours of battery that probably shouldn't last you a day. So yeah, let's take out the phone and let's check out whether it is it new, because the seller claims that this is a new and unused device that has been in the warehouse for some time, hence which is why you see the color, the washed out color on the box, and pretty much defeated already. So let's take out the box. There you go. Look at this shiny part of the HTC Touch Diamond. We're gonna take it out. Voila, there you go. It's a new phone. Obviously, it is a new device. The screen protector is still on, and you also get this shiny new diamond back that has inspired some modern phones of today. Look at this shape, the diamond prism shape. Headphones over here, which is a good inclusion. Look at this packaging. It's just so unique, but underneath here is just a mess of everything. So you do get this HTC EXT USB connector cable. Technically, this is mini USB, and you have the charging brick, which is pretty classic as well. This is a 2-pin charging pin. We're just going to insert it this way. Okay, obviously I need some practice on this. I don't know why. Oh wow, this should be the, you know, the protection, the sponge of the earbuds, which is, you know, you should be inserting into here. But look at this, because it's a decade old, it's very much trash already. So no point using this anymore. The battery is here, but unfortunately, it's a bloated battery, which we can't use anymore. So fortunately, the seller has provided me a replacement battery when I told him that the battery was bloated. So this is a new working battery that we have tested charging, and it basically works. The remaining contents inside this box includes a spare stylus. This is like so classic. And we even have spare screen protectors just in case. No, in fact, it is to replace this one right here. So it's good that they provide a screen protector, because you shouldn't be finding one in the market right now unless you manage to find some shops that still sells this kind of dated phone screen protectors. Paperwork, quick start guide, and whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. It's all the paperwork, the necessary stuff that you might want to read if you feel nostalgic. So we are going to insert the battery and the SIM card. So we are using an adapter here because I don't have any standard SIM sizes right now already. So we are going to insert it inside just like this. Hopefully it works. Oh, the SIM is coming up. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of effort to go inside. And finally, let's insert the battery. put back the back case and power on. Ooh, the vibration. There you go. So it says Smart Mobility. That's HTC's previous tagline instead of Quietly Brilliant. Yes, it works. A 2008 device that still works in 2019. I know it's stupid for me to say that, but you know, it's a brand new device that still works out of the box when you have the proper battery replaced. And that's the very classic Windows mobile sound. It's taking a while to load because it's not the fastest processor out there. And there you go, it's finally getting started. It took, I think, about 15-20 seconds like that to really get to the main screen. So you got HTC's Touch 3D, which I am trying to launch. There's a lot of notifications because I got my SIM card inserted. And the good thing is that the network still works. I inserted a U Mobile SIM card and it still works. See, it says that it's a U Mobile SIM card. It's definitely there. So let's just press continue. It's setting up everything, and after that it should ask me to restart, but I'm definitely not going to do that. Oh my god, this screen is so small. Like you see, it's literally the size of my palm here. I can't imagine like during the last time that we were able to use this phone properly. And you know what, guys? I think you might have just forgotten this. It has a freaking stylus here because this is a resistive touchscreen which technically doesn't support capacitive inputs like your fingers, so it needs pressure in order to accept any input. So we are not going to restart the device because we're just going to quickly check out the device. So this is HTC Touch 3D, which is basically the ancestor of, I would say, the modern Android UI. I mean, let's look at this because the HTC Legend, if you remember that, the old Android device that's also almost 7-8 years old, it was one of the first to come with the modern Android interface where it gets linked up with Facebook and there's all these tabs and so on. And slowly it evolved into what Android devices are today with pages and pages of screen. So HTC has technically revolutionized the user interface back then when it made the HTC Touch Diamond. And I'm actually glad to have owned this smartphone last time and I actually saw it off. But there you go. These are all the tabs that you see, and you know, it's actually a bit sluggish already. So when I use the sliders to flip over, look at all these animations. It's actually pretty cool. So if I go over to home, there you go. That's the flip clock that we have all been seeing on some of today's devices as well. Let's go over to people. Let's go to mail. Look at the animations. It still looks pretty slick. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest, but it still looks very slick at this point of time. It's kind of a heavy UI. And you know, those were the times where a lot of people are saying that Windows mobile devices suck, but this one actually changes the entire perception of how a great Windows mobile phone could be. So one of the first things that we are going to find out if the HTC Touch Diamond is able to do is to browse some modern websites, including our own website, KLGadgetTV.com, and probably try to find out if YouTube still works on this. So I've actually tried out a couple of services inside here, like the weather and the built-in YouTube app. It's no longer working due to the outdated API and so on. So I'm gonna just dismiss this Wi-Fi thing and we're gonna launch the browser. So at that point of time, HTC is already working with Opera to provide the browsing experience of this phone because Internet Explorer literally sucks at that point of time. So yes, there you go. This is the problem when you open any website. It's going to show up this certificate thing because the SSL certificates inside the phone is obviously outdated at this point of time. So we're going to just quickly tap on here. Okay, let's try to go to our website, KLGadgetTV.com. And you know what? It's just pretty slow. You see, the alphabets are coming like one by one, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna just keep trying. All right, finally, I managed to enter our full URL up there, which, you know, gives me a very good lesson to say that I probably shouldn't name my future blog or website with such a long name so that it's easier to key in on such a small device. So yes, our website is loading and it's using the built-in HSDPA connection to get connected. So should be up soon. It's still loading. That's the progress bar. It's been a while since I've seen such a long green progress bar that's happening here. Okay, so yes, it finished loading, and obviously our website looks very broken, and you start to see all this checkered box that we have never been seeing quite a while on smartphones already. So yes, the entire website is not loaded up properly because there are obviously some things that the browser is not able to support. So everything looks broken right here. So nope, this is probably not going to work on a lot of websites already. Okay, next, let's try YouTube. I'm going to youtube.com because obviously the YouTube app on this phone no longer works. I'm doing the same thing again by just same thing. We're gonna accept the Google security certificate thingy, and it's loading up. Accept. I'm still waiting. It's still loading. Alright, so the phone is struggling to load YouTube even after a minute or so. It looks just the same like our website. It's very broken. There's no images can be shown properly due to some scripting issues, and of course the very slow processor that's inside the Touch Diamond. So yeah, we are not going to try that because obviously you are not going to watch YouTube on this thing. Well, I really do wish that the YouTube app works on this thing, but unfortunately it doesn't do so. Well, since we can't load any web pages or watch any YouTube videos on this thing, what can you do? I've in fact found a really nice game that's inside this phone that's called Teeter. This is literally the first game on Windows Mobile to show what an accelerometer on a phone can do. So yes, here we go. We have the list of apps right inside, and I am going to head over into Teeter, which is inside the games folder. And there you go, restart. And there you go, you gotta use the accelerometer to get the ball into the green hole. Oops, there you go. I need to get some time to get used to, but it's a really fun game to test out the capabilities of the phone's accelerometer. There you go, won the first level completed, and we are going to go to the next level. Turn here and go back. Do you see? Got it on camera. And we're gonna, oh, be careful. Okay. All right, so let's go over here. Oh, this is one challenging level. Oh, shit. There goes my ball into the wrong hole. There are some very classic Windows mobile games that you can install into the phone, and you're gonna have fun with it, I'm sure. But yeah, that's pretty much that you can do on the HTC Touch Diamond in 2019. Make phone calls, SMS, play a little bit of classic games, and probably load some videos inside it. In a nutshell, don't expect the HTC Touch Diamond to be your everyday phone, because even if you intend to use this as a feature phone for your parents, granddad, grandma, or whatever, seriously, just go get them an Android phone, because this doesn't have any apps supported at this point in time. It doesn't support WeChat, WhatsApp, and whatever, and you're gonna have problems with its performance overall. But if you want to have a little bit of nostalgic fun, I mean, why not? It only costs $100. I'm not sure if the listing is still available, but I'll just leave the link in the description. So if you still want to buy the HTC Touch Diamond for 100 ringgit and for a little bit of nostalgia, go for it. It's definitely worth buying right now. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button and on the bell icon next to it so that you get notified of any uploads in the near future. Follow us on the usual social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And my name is Warren with KLGadgetTV. I'll see you in the very next round. The phone also comes with CDs. Long time we've never seen CDs already. And I am going to take a selfie with this phone. How do I do that? Oh wow.